Hi everyone, this is Vamshi Krishna, Agricultural College, Jagityal, studying third year AGBSc. And now today we are going to discuss about the characteristics of rust. Everyone knows that iron rust, which is due to the oxidation and gives the color like reddish, brown, orange. Iron rust leads to these colors. In the same way, in the plants, puccinials will causes the rust diseases, which gives the same colors like reddish brown, orange, and in the latter stages gives the black color. So let us know about the characteristics of rust. Rusts are mostly polymorphic. Polymorphic means it has long life cycle. It has about 5 spore stages, so it is long life cycle, and it is polymorphic. It has different stages, so it is polymorphic. And now let us know about individual spore stages. These can be indicated from 0 to 4, Roman number 0 to Roman number 4. 0 is the spermatia, and 1 is achiospores, 2 is iridospores, 3 is teleospores, and 4 is basidiospores. And the nucleus status. Spermatia is in only one nucleus, and uninucleate, it means uninucleate, and it is produced in the spermagonium. And achiospores, binucleate, produced in the achium. And iridospores, they are binucleate and produced in the iridium. Teleospores, binucleate at the earlier stages, and later stages it is converted into uninucleate due to the karyogamy, and it is produced through in the teleum. And basidiospores. Basidiospores are uninucleated and haploid and produced in the promycelium or metabasidium. And individual functions. Spermatia. These are the male gametes, which reaches the receptive hyphae. This is the receptive hyphae, and spermatia will reach the receptive hyphae and undergoes spermatization and produces the dikaryotic cells. Dikaryoticization takes place in the zero stage. And then next, achium and iridospores. Iridospores are also called as the repeating asexual spores, which is similar to the conidia. Conidia will spread and aggravate the disease in the ascomycota. In the similar way, in this basidiomycota, it is similar like that. So it is called as a conidial stage. Iridospores are conidial stage. And in the teleum or teleospores, the karyogamy takes place. This dikaryotic nucleus is carried from achiospores, iridospores, and telea, and in the teleospores, it undergoes the karyogamy and produces the uninucleated cells, and this immediately undergoes meiosis. This karyogamy takes place and produces 2n uninucleated, and then it undergoes immediately meiosis and produces the 4 basidiospores. And now let us know about the classification of rust. Based on spore stages, there are autoecious rust and heteroecious rust. Autoecious rust means which produces all the spore stages only on the single host. Example for it is Uromyces appendiculatus. It is a bean rust. And Melanopspora linseed rust. And heteroecious rust. Heteroecious rust means it has two hosts, uh, two unrelated hosts. One is the primary host and secondary host. Primary host means which has the its teleal stage on it. Teleal stage present on where sexual sexual reproduction takes, where the karyogamy takes place, telea. So it is the primary host, and the secondary host, it is where pycnia and acia will be present. Example for the heteroecious rust is puccina, graminis, tritici. And now pycnia and acia are produced on the alternate host, that is barberry, and iridia, telea, and basidiospores produces on the wheat host. And based on life cycle pattern, there are three types: macrocyclic, demicyclic, and microcyclic. Macrocyclic, macro means which is large, so it is long cycle, and micro means short cycle rust. And macrocycle rust has a five spore stages, which all five spore stages are present, and also it can be defined as one telia and another any one binucleate stage. Here we have three binucleate stages: Asciospores, Iridospores, and Teleospores. Telea plus either Asia or Iridia. It can be macrocyclic. Then it is said to be as a macrocyclic. In example for it is puccina graminis tritici. It is puccina graminis tritici is macrocyclic and heterogeneous rust. And demicyclic. Demicyclic means which do not have iridial stage. Example for it is Gymnosporangium juniperi, cedar apple rust. Example cedar. And microcyclic rust, which is short cycled. It has no binucleate spores other than iridia spores. It means Telia and Asia spores are not present on it. Example for it is Puccinia malvaceum, hollyhock rust. And now let us going to discuss about the life cycle of Puccina graminis tritici. Puccina graminis tritici is a heterogeneous rust and macrocyclic heterogeneous rust, which means it has the five spore stages and it has two alternative hosts. Let us know about the each stage of the life Puccina graminis tritici. And first one, the basidiospores infect the barberry leaf. They infect the barberry leaf and produces the germ tube, and it produces the aprosorium, which is a penetrating organ. It will penetrated into the host tissue and produces the hastoria and get nourishment. And after 4 days it is developed into spermagonium, a mass of tissue, and produces the spermagonium produces the spermatia, and the spermatia will be exit out through the ostiole. Initially the spermatia is thought to be as asexual spores. Later Cargi said that these are the male gametes, asexual spores which do not have any function. Initially we thought that, and then later Cargi said that these are the male gametes. These are produced from the spermagonium, and the spermatia contain nectar. So the nectar will help the dispersal through insects. Insects will help in the dispersal of the spermatia, and the spermatia reaches the receptive hyphae and undergoes spermatization, which means the spermatia will be enter in spermatia nuclei will enter into the receptive hyphae and leads to the dikaryotic mycelium. And after that this fertilized receptive hyphae, it is spermatia is on the upper epidermis, on the upper surface of the leaf, and later stages this will be spread into the downwards and produces the axial primordium. Axial primordium is produced when when the spermatia will be for spermatization with the receptive hyphae. Unless this spermatia fertilizes the receptive hyphae, the axial primordium is not produced, and this axial primordium will be developed into axial cup or acium. And in this acium the asciospores are produced. The asciospores are binucleated cells, binucleated spores, and this do not infect the barberry, but they infect the gramineous source, that means wheat. It will be this asciospore infect the stem or leaf tissues of the wheat through the stomata. Through stomata, this asciospore enters into the wheat host, and it produces the mass of cells, and mass of cells and produces the uridia, uridium. This uridium has the long stalked Iridospores are ovoid spines with long stalk and binucleated. These iridospores are repeating spores as these spores again infect the wheat host and continues its life cycle. So and then next these iridospores are converted into this iridium is converted into telia, and iridospores are orange color or yellow color, and then this iridium is converted into the teleum or telia. Teleum is black. This produces the black colored teleospores. So it this due to this black colored teleospores, wheat stem rust is also called as black stem rust. And in this stage, young teleospores are ellipsoid with septum and binucleated two-celled, and later stages this two nuclei will undergo the karyogamy and produces the uninucleated bicellular teleospores, and this uninucleated bicellular teleospores immediately produces the promycelium, and this promycelium is also called as basidium, and this basidium produces the four cells having this four cells produces the septum and basidiospores. Basidiospores are produced on the sterigmata, and these basidiospores have different strains plus minus based on the nucleus status in the basidiospores. And these basidiospores will again infect the barberry, but they do not infect the wheat. Thank you.